What is going on, comic book community? Welcome back to an episode of Justice Comics. Today, I have a good old fashioned haul. Last weekend, I went over the bridge to New Jersey and did some shopping. I stopped in at two local comic book shops, both stores for the first time ever, although I have met both sellers that work there numerous Comic Cons and decided to check out their stores finally. We'll start off with the first one, and that is actually going to end up being that. Uh, Frankenstein Comics. Most of you may know Bill from Frankenstein Comics. He's been around forever in the New Jersey area. He just had his comic show, the comic and toy show, or the South Jersey Comic Con, as you will, and Swedesboro, New Jersey. He does the Crud show every year, at least he tries to, where it's all $1 stuff. And Bill has a very small but kind of awesome store, in my opinion. Lots of deals to be found in there, gold that's hidden. Again, very small. You have to search yourself, but he was actually the second stop on my way home, but I'm gonna go backwards with this. So I went over to his place. When you show up, he has four tables set outside. On the left side, he has all $2 books pretty much, and then on the right side of the shop, before you walk in, he does have a couple of long boxes or slash short boxes mixed together of all $10 stuff, which he usually does, and there's some good stuff in there. And I did find some stuff. He also had some trade paperbacks and hardcovers as well. And then if you go inside, he has the more $25 stuff and up, with some great deals in there and mixed stuff along with some wall books and a lot of stuff, unfortunately, that you probably can't get access to, or if you did, you'd be there digging and going through stuff. I didn't have much time left, so I kind of made it quick outside and a quick tour inside. I'm gonna start off with my $2 finds, and this is gonna show you exactly what I mean by there's some gold to be found in this. At his store in Frankenstein Comics, Star Wars issue number 14, from the reboot of Jason Aaron's run for Marvel. This is actually maybe a $10 to $12 book near mint anyway. It's Chewbacca versus Black Cassandran, who is a rookie bounty hunter as well. For $2, I could not pass that up. But he also had issue number 20 of Star Wars as well. This is a bit pricier, $15 to $20 book, and it is the origin of Black Cassandran, and it's also the origin story of how he got his scar from one Obi-Wan Kenobi. So for $2 fines, man, I mean, I thought that was great. There was other mix of, stuff from the last 10 years or so, some newer stuff in there as well. But I saw those and grabbed those. And then the last few books I found in his $10 boxes. And I was shocked because these books usually go for a little bit more money than what they're worth, I think. And so we'll start off Gotham Girls issue number 2 of 5. Um, Shane Gilline's cover. There's 5 issues. There's the issue number 2, which is Poison Ivy. Issue number 4, which is Renee Montana, who is a detective for the PD, Gotham PD. And then one of my personal favorites, and Poison Ivy is pretty good too, issue number 5, the Barbara Gordon cover. So not bad for $30, honestly. Well, I think it was a bit of a discount, but still great pickup. There. I don't know, move that. Yeah, I love that. And then, so if you look up the top, you know, you can see the other characters in there. Catwoman and Harley Quinn are the other two to run this out. I believe I have Catwoman and I don't have Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn's one of the more harder to find and harder to get in higher grade copies, but still happy to pick these up. So I'm gonna be checking that out. Seeing, I'm pretty sure it's Catwoman one I have, and then I would just need Harley, and we'll go from there. Now, the main reason why I went over to New Jersey was because a good friend of the channel, um, who has done One Day Comic Expo, and you guys just killed it by watching that video. By the way, if you made it this far so far, do me a favor, hit the like button, please subscribe. Really helps out the channel. I'd appreciate that. John of 1J or 1J or New Jersey Comic Stop. He is a great seller. He does the con every year now. Second year was this year. Looking forward to next year. He had an antique store. Well, he had a place at the antique store, and things fell through. And he finally got his own brick and mortar store, and I want to go check it out. The official opening is this Saturday on the 16th. I believe that, yeah. Is it the 16th, I believe, Saturday? Well, this Saturday is the official grand opening anyway, from 12 to 6 p.m., if I'm not mistaken. Uh, I went in early. He's been doing like some test runs, testing the store out, testing how things are going to do, stress tests, I guess you could say. And he's doing good. And he has a great wall selection. Um, Actually, I tell you what, let's go check out the video I did real quick, and then we'll come back into the hall.
I did. And where are you keeping inventory? Yeah, I have something right here.
Yeah, it's close. Yeah. Literally, he just went to go check.
Oh, it's right.
So yeah, guys, as you can see, he's got a nice little background with wall books, some nice wall books up there, and then he has all those bins mixed in. He has $1 stuff, $3 stuff, and then prices marked. And he's doing some great deals too. But it's in Paulsboro, New Jersey. So go check that out. Grand opening is this weekend. If not, look up NJ Comic Stop. You will be able to find them. Um, he's a great guy, and I want to go support him. I am not going to be able to make it for the grand opening, unfortunately. I'm going down to North Carolina this coming weekend. I'm going to spend some time with my family down there, do some hunting. So definitely go check out 1J Comic Stop if you can. And let's check out the books I got. So this first one, I immediately want to grab because it is a great Joker cover. Batman Dark Detective, issue number 1 of 6. You guys know me, I'm working on a Joker run of just Joker covers. Great run. I think it's by Rogers in Austin, if I'm not mistaken. That's interesting. I have to look that up. Oh, okay. Probably Marshall Rogers is probably, yeah. All right, so up in here we got the names, but yeah, it's a great Joker cover in my opinion. And for $3, I said why not? Actually, I don't think the book really goes to that much. I mean, not saying for the price sucker, but it's not a high value key or anything. I do feel like that's an undervalued Joker cover a little bit. I feel like some of the more modern Joker covers as well. So, another book that I kind of pick up whenever I can if I feel like it's a great condition, and I think this is a possible candidate. I'd like a 9.8 of it one day, and that's Superman Man of Steel issue number 22. Now this is the I want to say I don't think it's considered the newsstand, but it's like the special edition. The other one has the red die cover over top of it of the Superman logo, and you can see Steel. But technically, this is like the first cover appearance of Steel. Uh, I love what they did with him and Superman and Lois. Maybe we'll get some more of him in the DCU. We'll have to see. So the last few books I picked up from John at his shop. These were wall books, and I've been on a hunt for Star Wars. Mostly the Dark Horse stuff. Uh, something about it, and some of the Dark Horse books to me pretty pricey, and I think I got a great deal because there's a book in here that is in great condition and it was really cheap, but it's considered to be one of the higher keys, but we'll talk about towards the end. Starting off with Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, issue number 42. Um, Malak Unleashed. Great. I'm gonna call it a Mandalorian on the cover. It may as well be Boba Fett. I don't think that's the case though. Because I don't think Bobo's around in Knights of the Old Republic, if I'm not mistaken. However, on the back, we do have some key info. Let's see. Origin of Raven wages war against the Mandalorians and as mantles a Mandalorian mask. Skrunt prematurely assumes the name Merrick and later becomes Darth Merrick, so that's pretty cool. Some characters I'm not all too familiar with, but a great Mandalorian cover and key, so I picked that up. He had it marked at 60, however, he was doing a pre-discount, um, and I think it was like 12% off keys or wall which comes out to a few bucks. Is pretty cool. This is a great cover. And this is a Clone Wars comic. Star Wars Republic issue number 51. Great Anakin and Obi-Wan cover. And yeah, this thing's beautiful. So second appearance of Asia Ventress, if I pronounce her name right. She is like a Sith kind of assassin, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm not too familiar with the Dark Horse characters all that much. First appearance of Duedge, a bounty hunter who actually technically dies a few comics or a few issues later in the Republic. Now this is where it gets interesting, because DC, Disney decided when they bought, Star Wars, not everything was canon. They wanted to do their own universe, set their own rules, do their own thing, and not be tied down by previous lore. So a lot of the Dark Horse stuff is considered non-canon. It's considered Legends, its own universe. However, a few things from Dark Horse carried over to the Disney side, such as the series Darth Maul, Son of Dathomir, won over, Throne won over, obviously, Hair of the Empire, kind of, and it seemed like they kind of picked, some of the better stuff out to bring in the projects. Now, the Bounty Hunter, Duang, yeah, sorry to pronounce the name. He actually was a bounty hunter in sorry, Jedi Survivor, the second Jedi Survivor game. And spoiler, if you haven't played it in the last 2 or 3 years since it came out, you do kill him. So it's his death's like recannoned. So still, I thought this is a great issue to have. Obi-Wan and Anakin on there, and you get to you get to watch the Clone Wars play out in comic book format. Now, the last book I mentioned, I think this is a bit of an underrated key. And most of these books, I mean, or near mint. Star Wars Tales, issue number 24. Yeah, great cover. A first appearance of Darth Nihilus, a Sith Lord whose consumption of power was so fierce he became a wound in the Force that consumed life simply by being in his presence. That's some big words and meaning. First appearance of Darth Tyra, a female Sith Lord who became a Dark Lord of the Sith Termavite. Don't know what the Termavite is, but okay. I looked this up. This is, I think, bit of a higher key. He only had $20 on it. I don't know if I just got lucky or if pricing was down. I mean, you can see two little little things here. I don't know if the books I'd be graded, but still, great keys in my opinion, and a great pickup too. Hunting down the Star Wars keys. So yeah, guys, go check out 1J Comic Stop in Perrysburg, New Jersey. Um, the grand opening is this Saturday. Go support local comic book shops in the area. Check out Frankenstein Comics if you're in the area as well. Um, Nice little haul to get us back into stuff. Like I said, I am going down this weekend coming up to not to New Jersey, to North Carolina and spend some time with family. I'll be doing some hunting in the area. If you guys watch this video and you got any shops that you want me to check out down there, let me know. I'm gonna be checking out some antique places as well, and hopefully come home with a nice little haul at least. Gonna be hunting down some of my Star Wars books, of course, and see if I can get that Harley Quinn issue for Gotham Grove. That being said, if you guys watch all the way through, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Um, keep hitting that like button, subscribing if you haven't already to the channel, if you like this content. Hit the bell notification, get notified of future videos. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought about the haul. I'm excited to add these books into the collection. The last month, I would say I kind of took the back burner on buying books. Had to get some work done on my car and had to take care of some other personal things as well. But getting back into the swing of things, I'm also maybe gonna put out another video on here. I bought from a new seller, Graphite Comics, Robert on Instagram. Nice little haul. I think I'm gonna film a video before I leave and have that possibly uploaded to come out next week. We'll have to see. If not, I'll have it out in the next few weeks for you guys. But anyway, stay safe, take care of each other, and as always, guys, we will see you in the next episode of Josh's Comics.